recruited last year for quantity over probably one mistake was over quality. And this year we've got a much smaller squad, 20 players instead of 27 that we had last year. And I do feel that we've recruited very well this season. It's a smaller group and one with much more quality, and we've just got to make sure now that we implement everything in place and move forward. We've recruited 20 players and I believe 20 very, very good players. We strengthened the front half of the field considerably. We're very happy and fortunate that our main man, Alex Brosk, is back. I think if you go back to last season, his absence has been shown this year how much we did miss him already by just in a couple of FFA Cup games. Recruiting Bobo, Ninkovic and Alosko, they're in their second year here in the A-League, so they're going to be better off for that. We've recruited players that have got a lot of legs in them that can get around the park well. We've recruited in the front half of the field for players that have experience but have a lot of quality. We've changed their style of play. We're pressing much higher up the field. We're trying to win the ball back much earlier up the park to be more aggressive in the attacking sense. We've got players who can do that. We've got players who can score goals, so therefore we're trying to play a style that suits the strengths of the players as individuals that we have. So I think you'll see a different Sydney FC this year, one that's more on the front foot, one that is working again higher up the field and has got a lot of pace and speed. It's the same if it's a young Australian player. We do our due diligence well. We look at a lot of footage. We watched him carefully from when he played in Turkey. The impressive thing for us was he was a Brazilian who has done exceptionally well out of Brazil, and therefore he knows what it's like to live out of his home country but also to experience different cultures. So he had a hugely successful career in Turkey. He went back to Brazil and he was at the top 3 club in Brazil in Grêmio. And once we did that side of looking at the way he played, he was the style of player we were looking for. He was one that can get involved in build-up, one that makes a lot of forward runs, gets in the penalty box to score goals, that we then did a character reference on him. And fortunately we've got enough contacts around the world that have contacts in South America. Philip played with him in Besiktas, who gave him a great character reference, and they're the type of people that we want. You know, we want people to come out here with the right attitude, and they come out here for the right reasons, and that is, first of all, to play football and to be successful. And he ticked all those boxes, so we're very happy with his character, his attitude. He's a hard worker, he's a team player, he's not selfish, but obviously his record shows, and he shows he scores all the goals. So for me, he's a player that will fit into our system and our style perfectly, and I expect a good goal tally in return. One of the main things when I first come to the club 2 years ago, that we had to have a very strong youth setup. And I'm not talking from the academy down, I'm just talking about the youth team. We now have probably 6 or 7 that are ready to step up. We've got 6 players in the under-20 national team away at the moment that are doing exceptionally well. We've got 3 good under-20 players in the salary cap, in Blackwood, Calver and George Timothy. So therefore the pathway and the future of Sydney FC looks bright. We've been working very hard on the training pitch to implement the new style and a more proactive game. It takes, as I said, it takes a bit of time, but the players are buying into it, and that's the most important thing. And you can see the combinations starting to come together now. You can see the speed, you can see the forward runs, you can see the fullbacks getting much higher and further forward, and getting goal-scoring positions themselves. So it shows that we're getting the numbers forward, and we're getting players in the box and more opportunities to score. My goal personally is to get the best out of every individual, and I believe as a coach, if I can do that, then we'll be successful.